it's excellent to zero.
Real boxer, real world champion boxer. That the only other time he was in for the fans to get mad with that was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously. And all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, it seemed crazy.
Gervonta Tank Davis has shocked the boxing world with his insane new physique ahead of his showdown with Jake Paul. Known for his compact power and lightning speed, Tank looks like a completely different beast. Recent gym clips show him bulked up, heavier, and more intimidating than ever, and fans can't stop talking about it. Everyone's wondering if Davis is gearing up to match Jake Paul's size and power head-on.
You were yelling so much about him fighting someone, fight somebody your size. His next opponent is, by far, the most credentialed guy ever fought actively in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. He fights at 135.
As fight night gets closer, Tank's training has turned into a full-on war against his limits. He's been pushing through brutal strength sessions, heavy sparring, and non-stop conditioning to support his new muscle mass. Reports show him lifting heavier than ever, focusing on explosive compound moves while still keeping his trademark agility sharp. And to prepare for the size difference, he's been sparring with bigger, stronger partners, some even the size of heavyweights.
Yeah, this Santa Cruz out here to get you.
You can't let it burn, baby. Let it burn.
Mind over matter, son. Mind over matter.
This is the blues on.
Ain't nobody doing no shit like this. Come in the desert. Nigga trying to stay away from the desert. He come in the desert.
When the night
Camera. Oh,
Yeah, light, camera, action.
and fighting for the
Light, action. Camera.
Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. Run him out. Run him out here. Come on, let me just see. You said, dig down in there. Dig down. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Remember that gun on it? They got that gun on that tank. They go, time.
when the night is cold.
They ain't gonna keep you here late tonight. Good job.
It's been hard being away from my daughter. She actually here, she sleep. Just being away from her, it was a little touchy, but I know when I'm up, up against, I know that I got pay-per-view. I know I'm fighting a tough opponent, so really I know how to lock in. I know how to shy away from everything. I know how to, I know how to fool around.
But here's the problem. Jake Paul is naturally much bigger. The fight's weight limit is set at 195 pounds, with both men wearing 12-ounce gloves. That's a massive jump for Tank, who usually fights at 135. Critics are worried the added size could cost Davis his biggest weapons: speed, timing, and explosive movement. The question is, can he stay dangerous while carrying all that extra weight?
Jake Paul, Tank Davis fight got moved to Miami.
I think Jake wins.
Jake's just so big, dude.
I think Jake wins.
This is different because it's similar. It's similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but
Jake has
Jake
better
Paul
boxing.
now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was at that moment in time.
I mean,
Gervonta
it's
is
just,
fucking sick.
I mean, yeah. No, but dude,
You
Jake,
ever watch his highlights?
Jake can
He's
crack,
nasty,
man.
He's so sick. I love that guy, bro.
Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. You have the Paul brothers and they come over to boxing. Their idea from day one is we don't have the skills or the experience. What we're gonna do is we'll take on the absolute best guys, but they're gonna spot us some pounds. Tank has one job to do, that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skill, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. Tank is telling anybody that will listen that there's a size problem. My skills and my experience in boxing, I do not have to wonder who's in the bar tonight. Any bar I go to, I rule the bar. Well, no, it turns out that you don't. Just need some big guy to corner you, apparently. Boxing has never stood its ground. Boxing has never been able to explain why Floyd needed a half hour to get rid of a guy who's never boxed before. Tank Davis has already began this. When you choose a dum-dum, don't be surprised when he goes out and acts like a...
UFC boss Dana White didn't hold back when asked about the matchup. He said the fight doesn't really excite the hardcore boxing crowd, but admitted it might actually help Tank in other ways. After dealing with bad press and losing momentum outside the ring, this could be Davis's chance to grab attention and secure a major payday. White believes Jake's natural size, reach, and strength would let him pressure Tank constantly, leaning, clinching, and wearing him down. He respects Davis's skills, but says stepping into Paul's physical world could erase those advantages fast. To White, this fight isn't just about boxing. It's about whether Tank can survive a bigger man's dominance.
Is picking Jake Paul to beat Gervonta Davis. This is not a fight that I'm excited for at all. I would rather have Gervonta Davis fighting in a real boxing match against the likes of Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Emmanuel Navarrete, anybody that is in the 135-pound division and around. That's who I want to see Gervonta Davis fight. However, we live in a world where everybody is trying to do things as big as possible. And the biggest fights possible right now, unfortunately for the sport of boxing, is an exhibition fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. So, I do like it for this reason, though. I like it because it is allowing Gervonta Davis to have a fight that is going to be big and that the mainstream media is going to have to cover, the mainstream media outside the world of boxing. Gervonta Davis has been, without a doubt, blocked, having venues blocked, having fighters, having other promoters paying fighters away to go different directions from Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis was in a bit of a hole. And he gets an opportunity to fight Jake Paul for $200 million or whatever. I don't mind it at all. As long as Gervonta Davis comes back to the world of boxing after he gets done with this, hey man, you got your money, no worries. But you gotta love Dana White having the audacity to pick Jake Paul in this fight and says something to the effect that, hey, he was talking to Logan Paul and said, hey, when you were fighting Floyd, you know, there was this, you're a gigantic guy, big size difference. There was a time when Floyd Mayweather Jr. had an overhand right that landed flush on Jake Paul.
Bare knuckle fighter and UFC veteran Mike Perry also went in on the rumored matchup. He accused Davis of chasing easy money instead of real boxing challenges, saying it feels like a cash grab. Perry questioned if Tank still has the same hunger that made him a champion, even suggesting Jake Paul might be training harder than him right now. His harsh comments reignited fan debates. Has Tank lost his fire, or is this just a smart business move?
Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
During their face-off, fans noticed something rare. Gervonta Davis actually looked uneasy. His body language was tight, his eye contact limited, and his confidence seemed forced. Facing the much larger Jake Paul, Tank appeared to grasp just how big of a challenge he's stepping into. Some viewers think he was just staying calm and focused, but others saw a hint of doubt in his eyes.
Tank looked very uncomfortable facing off. He just did. I've seen other face-off this Tank done. He gets their face and they're intense and he looks good. He looked very meager up there. You've had 8 fights and you're gonna go tangle with Tank Davis. And the story instantly comes out. Jake is so much bigger. There is such a compliment to Jake within that insult. It is meant to be an insult. It is meant to take away from a potentially glorious moment for Jake. But where the compliment comes is it means the public believes he's gonna win. That's what it means.
Boxing legend Teddy Atlas couldn't resist chiming in either. He joked that Tank looked so small next to Jake Paul, he'd need a ladder just to land a punch on his chin. Atlas said size differences are normal in boxing, but this one's ridiculous. He compared it to Canelo moving up to fight Terrence Crawford, saying even that wouldn't be this extreme. In Atlas's view, this isn't a fair matchup. It's a spectacle dressed up as a fight.
Things, right? They should also have like the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff. Particulars should be in the contract, but I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, all kidding aside, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but you know, a little different. The size difference was, I mean, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping, and it made me think, and I'm gonna ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm gonna ask him, because I know he's an expert in this area, but it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, AKA Thunderlips. He was Thunderlips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's Rock.
Shakur Stevenson also slammed the idea, calling it bad for boxing. The undefeated champion said the matchup makes no sense and only exists for money, not competition. With such a massive size gap, Stevenson believes this fight crosses the line from sport into pure entertainment.
Maybe he'll fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it, because at the end of the day, it's the money business thing. You want to make the most money, but from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me. And if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
it's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?